All right, guys, let's talk about RGTI stock. The one thing I want to talk about is some people have been asking me, hey, I want to chase, I want to buy, I'm really ticklish, I want to buy this quantum stock. There's a lot of FOMO going into these quantum stocks right now. Let me see if I can find the conversation, but yeah, there's a lot of FOMO. A lot of FOMO. A lot of people who just want to do nothing more than to go all in and hope that it goes higher. But obviously that's kind of a fool's game, so to speak. You do not want to be holding a big bag if it starts dropping. So this is my fair warning to you, and I mean this in the best way possible. I don't mean I don't mean to make anyone angry, anyone upset, but I think it needs to be said. The last time we got this huge rally on Rgti, let's just grab my measuring tool here. And the last time we had a huge run, it moved quite a bit there. Look at that, a nice 2,000%. And then it hit a top and it dropped 70%. So let me change that to red. Let me change this to green. Okay, so you can tell by looking at the past. What do you see? You see what I see, right? The opportunities are when nobody wants the stock down here, right? And then it rallies huge. There's a lot of people right now who are looking at RGTI stock, these quantum stocks, and they want to get in right now because they're afraid it's going to go to 1,000. But the reality is, last time a lot of people thought this was going to go to the moon. It's at 21 and it dropped all the way to $6.70, a 70% drop. So, okay, now let's go. What's going on? Whoa, yeah, that's quite a rally. So let's measure this rally right now. Look at that, a nice 493% rally. Measured from the purple line, right? We're measuring from the purple line to the high, from the purple line to where it's at right now. So it's up 493%. I remember last time when this stock was at $20, I remember people telling me, oh, it's never going to drop. It's never going to go down. It's just going to keep going up forever. Well, they were wrong, right? Because what happened? There was a 70% drop. Any of these people that were buying up here at 16 to 20 who were holding for the moon, they just watched it go all the way down 30 to 40, 50, 60, 70%, depending on where they bought. So they ended up deep in the red. Because you know how people are. They don't like losing, so they're just going to hold the bag and hope that it comes back up. Fortunately for them, if the people that held, it came back up for them. But the problem is the cycles repeat, right? We're going to get a huge run, and at some point, this is going to fizzle out, and it's going to drop. And it's going to drop it's going to drop hard, and it's going to hurt a lot of people. So from where it is right now to the purple line, $15, a 62% drop. And so there were people in my Discord, members, asking me, hey, is RGTI a buy? And I'm looking at this and I'm like, why would you want to buy this? The buying opportunity was down there when it was under 10. So like I can show you the alerts. I can show you the alerts I made in the Discord where we were buying when it was cheap. We were buying when it was under 10. I can pull it up right now on Rgti. I can just search it up. So let me see if I can find it. Hell yeah, we were buying this like way. So yeah, added 300 shares of Rgti at $13.85. Added 100 shares at $8.85. Like we were just buying. We were buying like way back down here, right? Down here, we were buying down here when it was under $10. For some reason, people want to buy up here. Members that were in that are in my Discord. That's the funny thing is, you would think they would be like, hey, maybe I shouldn't buy when I'd be paying what, a $30 premium compared to when we were buying at 10, 8, $13. You would think they would, it doesn't make sense. We were buying when it was cheap. This is not the time to be buying. The time to be buying is when nobody wants it down here. And that's exactly where we were buying. So my warning to you is don't listen to the people who tell you it's just never going to come down. It already did that last time. And it's always the same fucking, history just fucking repeats, man. If you want to make a lot of money on Rgti, be patient, let it come down. It'll come down. It'll come down, and it will come down a lot. And you're going to kick yourself if you hold the bag all the way down. So I'm going to buy this one, but I'm going to wait for that purple line. Because I've seen this already too many times. This is not the only example. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm just telling you, bullish long term, I believe this can go to 100. I don't think it's going to happen this time around. We are going to drop big, right? The purple line, look at how far it is right now. 62% down. If I show you Palantir, you're going to notice something very interesting, right? It had that huge run to 100 and... Where was it? $125 from a low of 18 here at the purple line. It touched it here for a nice, look at that. That's a 404% move. Oh, it's never going to come down. And guess what happened? Ooh, it dropped 40% down to the... Look at that. Isn't that weird? It just came down exactly to the purple line right here. And then it rallied huge again. And I'm sure in the future it will come back down to this purple line and the cycle will repeat. So this is not exclusive to Rgti. It's not. This is something that every stock does. Every stock that is a good company, that has a good company behind it, they rally huge and then they come back down to that purple line. I just showed you Palantir as another example. No stock goes straight up. I want you to understand that. And this is directed more so at some of the Discord members that are asking me, hey, is this a buy? I kind of want to buy. It just keeps going up. Sir, we were buying that like under 10. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, do you go to the grocery store and go, hey, I want to pay 165% premium for my groceries? Do you not have the patience to wait for it to come down? I just showed you the pattern. Palantir, Rgti, and IonQ, all these. There's a bunch of stocks that do this pattern. They rally huge and then they come down to the purple line. Nobody wants it down here when it's at $8-10, and then oh my god, everyone wants it. Woo! You buy it down here, not up here. I don't know what's so hard to understand about that. Especially if you're in my Discord asking me if I should chase this. That's just ridiculous. How have you not learned how we play the game? That's literally, the game is all about being patient. That's all it is. If you buy down here, it's not like it immediately mooned to 40. It took, since April 7 up until right now, October 3rd, it took quite a few months for this to get that big move. So you have to be months worth of patience just to capture a big percentage return, but also months worth of patience waiting for it to drop back down from the high. So honestly, if you really think about it, man, look at this. I think you can make some decent returns, or it depends on the stock, but you can make some really good returns on these quantum stocks if you just abuse the cycle. This is what it is. It's a cycle. These are patterns that we can abuse. Huge run, comes back to the purple line. Huge run. What do you think is going to happen, right? Here's another. Here, we can go back in the past. Huge run here to 236 from a low of 96 cents. So a nice, 2x. Comes back to the purple line. And then it just rinse and repeats, right? Again, here, purple line, huge run, back to the purple line. If a stock has this kind of pattern, then it's just all about abusing that pattern and waiting for it to come down where it's cheap. And you can load up on your leaps. You can buy. I think the next time, for sure, next time it comes down to that purple line, I'm buying leaps like you can't imagine. I am buying crazy. I'm gonna buy calls like crazy, and not short-term dated calls. At least buy them like you have to buy like a year and a half to 2 years out because the move can take quite a while. I just showed you that. It can take quite a while, right? Since April up until this big move in October, May, June, July, August, September. I mean, you had to wait pretty much almost half a year to get the big move. But if you load it up on calls with some time on them, I mean, it rallied from the purple line touch here at 733 to a high of 40. So you would have made a hell of a lot of money. We already made our money on this, of course, buying shares, but my only regret is not buying calls. I should have bought calls, but now I know. Now I know next time. So it's not even a mistake. I shouldn't call it a mistake. It's more like, I guess I'm just being greedy. You want to be greedy and buy a lot when it's at the purple line. Never when it's all the way this extended above it. So that's all I got to say with regards to quantum stocks, Rgti specifically. I'm bullish on it long term. Personal price target of 100 long term. I think it can do that in the next pump. But it's going to come down to that purple line, and it's going to be one hell of opportunity. But you got to be willing to hold for like 6 to 8 months to capture those 300, 400% moves. People always ask me, how do you get in a stock before it pumps huge? This is what you got to do. You got to wait for that purple line. When it touches it, that's when you load up big, and then you hold for 100, 300%, whatever your target is. But you got to hold for a few months. That's just how it is. There's no secret sauce. It's literally your edge in the markets is patience. That's what it is. Let me show you my Patreon. Not because you don't have to join, but you can. Patreon.com/shadesandtrades if you want to join. But I made a whole post here, and I told people, if you want to make 100% return, sometimes you have to hold hidden gems for months. That's how long it took for Rgti Robotics to move 200% to date. KICP and Sybil are being slept on right now, but you have to be willing to hold them for quite a while if you want the big bucks. And you can see here this tweet that I made on April 17, 2025 for Rgti Robotics. Let me just show you that. This is the secret. I'm showing you the secret. The secret to getting in before the big pumps is literally waiting for a purple line on the charts and sitting on it for months. So let's go to, what is it, April 17 on this stock. Where's April? So April, where's April? I can't find it. Okay, so April right here, April 17. Okay, April 17, I'm going to turn this white, and I'm going to, there you go. April 17 right there. That's where I alerted it. On Twitter, follow me on Twitter for free alerts. You don't have to join the Discord if you don't want to, but you just joining the Discord, you get the advantage of everything, every single move I make. But yeah, April 17, alerted it here, and let's just measure how many days it took for this to get that 200% move. And it can still keep going, by the way, because it's not over just yet. Okay, so 172 days. What is that? 5 months? 5+ months. So it took 5 months for this to make what kind of return would that be? Let's measure the return to make a 237% return. So that's the secret sauce. The secret sauce is patience, but a lot of people don't have that. Why? Because they want to buy right now and while the momentum is hot and hope that it goes up 300%. So at that point, it has to go from 6 to what, 18? No, 24 probably. No. Yeah. It has to go. It has to move too much. Whereas if you bought when it was at $2, it already did it 200%. So I don't. That's the secret. It's literally patience. If you don't got like too many people complain to me, hey, I don't understand how can I capture these big gains? It's literally just being patient, man, and buying at that. Let me write that down for you so you understand how simple this is. Let me get the notepad. Or no. Let's get the whiteboard. Can I get the whiteboard? Again, patreon.com/shadesandtrades if you want to join the Discord. But let me show you the strategy. I'm giving you the free strategy right here. If you want to get in before the big pumps, buy at 200, weighted moving average, and then wait 4 to 8 months, because that's kind of how long it's going to take so you can capture the big gains and watch as everyone else pushes it up for you. Wait 4 to 8 months, take profit. This is assuming a bull market, obviously. If it's a bear market, we might just tank for 4 to 8 months. So it depends on the market cycle. And then take profit 100% plus. It depends, 200%, whatever. It's up to you. And that's it. That's the strat. There's no, this is the hard part right here. The patience. having to wait those months. Because people, their hands get tickly, their hands tickle. They have money sitting there in a stock, and they're like, man, it's not moving. Why isn't it moving? And then they pull out the money to go chase something, instead of just being patient and waiting for your turn for your stock to move, 100 or 200%. That's like the big. That's the one thing I've noticed, and I can even show you that. I can even show you this. This is ridiculous that I. Let me. What's his name? Let me see if I can find him. Bull for Life. Yeah. I was talking to Bull for Life yesterday, and he's like. Let me see what he said. Where can I find it? Yeah, it's the biggest problem. Is the reason it's why, because I don't even know what this guy's saying. Yeah. Look, I just saw my money just sitting around doing nothing. I had to get in something, and that's when I lost 100 off of that Nightscope. He chased Nightscope. He bought Nightscope, thinking it was going to go to the moon and that he's going to miss out. And look at this. Look at what he said. I just saw my money sitting around doing nothing. I had to get in something. This isn't just him. There's a lot of people who have this mentality of, man, I'm just sitting on RR stock here at this bottom. Let me go. This is an Rgti video, so let's use Rgti. Let's use Rgti as the example. So it touched the purple line here, right, on April 8th. Funny enough, around the same time that RR stock touched the purple line. It touched the purple line, and you had to wait a lot of months for you to get the big returns, right? But here's the problem. People don't want to wait. They put money here, and then they get impatient because it's like, oh, it's not moving up through 500% right now. Tomorrow, I want it to move 500% next week. Please move 500% right now. Please. Fast. I want to get rich quick. People don't have the patience, man. They just don't. Their hands get tickly like, that other stock is running. Let me pull out my money from Rgti and go chase that instead. Hoping it goes 500% on top of already the 300% that it moved. It's ridiculous. So it's all psychology, and I just showed you an example from a Discord member who still kind of has a long way to go. And I already told them, like I'm telling you guys, the secret sauce. I just showed it to you. You buy at the purple line, hold for 100 to 400%, and that's it. And you got to be patient for those 4 to 6 months. If at any point you pull the money out to go chase something else, that's just a lack of patience. That's what that is. And some people, like I said, they can't sit with money in their account for the opportunity. So instead of waiting for the opportunity, instead of waiting for the purple line, they'll chase something. They'll just throw their money around at something because they hope they strike gold, essentially. Instead of just sitting on the cash, they don't understand that cash is a position. If you didn't have patience, you didn't even get to buy the purple line. You bought up here thinking, oh, this is it. We're gonna go to the moon. We're going to bounce here and go straight to 50. And so now you're holding a bag up here instead of buying down here nice and cheap at the purple line. So some people just can't sit on the cash. They just can't. They have to put it to work. So there's just a lot of psychological stuff like that people have to get a grip on. So yeah, there were a lot of lessons in this video. This is an Rgti video. I'm telling you right now. I'm still bullish on this long term, clearly. But the buy opportunity is going to be at that purple line. I just showed you many examples. Palantir itself, Rgti will do it again. It'll come down to that purple line. It'll be a huge dip buying opportunity. Hold it for a few months. Let everyone else push it up 400% for you. You can smile all the way to the bank. And you got to stop having ticklish hands. Like, oh my God, I have money in my account. I got to do something with it. Because when you rob yourself of good opportunities that way, that's the funny thing. It's all psychology. I've seen it too many times. It's all in the mind. If you trade like an algorithm, if you trade like a machine, it's hard not to be profitable. Because you don't care about the emotions. You don't care about other people's emotions, feelings. You don't care about others' opinion. You just fucking buy at the fucking purple line. And then you click fucking sell at 100, 200, 300% return. And then you do it all over again. Rinse and repeat.